Life is a time pass, क्या फर्क पड़ता है, कोई दिक्कत नहीं, पता नहीं, जो थारी राय सो हमारी राय, nothing to do, nowhere to go, देखो सुनो मत बोलो, wherever, whenever, whatever you are, be 100% करे नाटक, किसी को आओ मत कहो, किसी को जाओ मत कहो, ना कुछ पाना ना कुछ खोना, who asked you live at zero complete level, मौज में रहो, be happy.
Shri Krishna, Shri Krishna, Shri Krishna, Shri Krishna. Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwaraha, Guru Sakshat Param Brahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Yani Dukkhani Ya Trishna Dussahaye Duradhaya तत्सर्वं शांतचेतस्सु तर्को तमोर्केषु नश्यति. Everything is happening only in the mind. The whole world and all the problems, solutions, good or bad, God or Rakshasas, everything is nothing but the mind. Once I went to one Devi temple, Renuka Devi temple, very old one. On the way we have to go through some forest. And there was one temple. That is also very old style, huge pillars and all that, but absolutely in jungle. Hardly anybody must be going there. And when we went, the snakes were moving inside the temple, scorpions. So with great, we went and did namaskar to Lord Shiva, Devi. And when we were coming out, there was a board. Because somebody asked me, Swamiji, which is this temple? Whose temple? I said, I don't know, I am new here. So let us see, somewhere there was written, Mandev temple. So he said, what is this Mandev temple? See, Mana, mind, is everything. Dissolve the earth in the waters, earth and water dissolve in the fire, these three dissolve in the air, these four dissolve in the space. Where will you dissolve the space? Inquire. When we fall in the water, with the help of the water only we come out. If we are having the problems of mind, if everything is mind, then with the help of the mind alone, we can go beyond the mind. It is something like, you must have seen in athletics, there is one thing called as pole vault jump. They take a pillar, very flexy type, come running, fix in the soil, and with the help of that pillar, they go right up. Normally, we can jump maximum 1 meter. But with that pillar, we can go up to 3 meters. And after we go there, what do we do with the pillar? Thank you very much, I will not leave you. No, no, no. Throw it. You don't go with the pillar to the other side or with the post. Therefore, because of the mind, we are in a mess. We use the same mind to go beyond the mind. How it can be done? Only by inquiry. Wrong thinking is a problem. Not thinking is a super problem. And right thinking is a solution. Yoga tells us, Yogaha chittavritti nirodha. Yoga is suspension of thought formation. By that, what we are doing, like the cat. You have seen when the cat drinks milk, she closes her eyes so that others should not see. Exactly the same way. Mind is having a problem, okay, don't think. But I can't do it. Yoga, never mind. Bring drugs, medicines. See? And then we get a kick of it. Aha. Why? Because the mind was quiet. But that leads to addiction that we forget. Therefore, we have to use the mind to go beyond the mind. And then we will know one day, if the mind is at peace, there is no problem. But when the mind is running after the pieces, then there is nothing but problems. So, our attention thereafter will be, if we want to go beyond the mind, tat sarvam shanta chetassu tamaha arkeshu iva nashyati. So our all sadhana will be stop reacting in life. Then only respond. Don't react. Response is an intelligent approach to a situation. Reaction is a default habitual reaction to every situation. Therefore, we have to work on the mind. And then we will continue further and come to know, in the deep sleep, where is the mind? Rather, in the deep sleep, where is the space? Because as we know, everything is existing in the gross space. Now, where is the space? Space is in the mind. When we sleep, mind is enfolded and put below the pillow and we sleep. Therefore, where we are, when we are, what we are, all gone. So everything is existing in the mind. So what is to be done with the mind? Shanta chetassu. All the spiritual practice is keep cool, keep cool. Now that boy is grown up. He was, I think, 5 years or so. This happened in Sydney. His mother and father, on some issue, they were arguing and shouting at each other. And this child also was there. No, he didn't know what to do. Finally, he went between the two and said, "Cool, guys, cool." Reaction is not the way. Keep cool. So, tat sarva shanta chetassu. Keep mind at peace. You have learned maximum in spirituality. And this can happen only by proper inquiry, understanding. Na rasayana panena, na lakshmya linganena cha, tatha sukham avapnoti shamenantar yathamanaha. Na rasayana panena. Rasayana means liquors. By drinking wine or liquor, etc., you will not attain that peace which is we are aiming at. So as long as the liquor is functional, we are in the seventh heaven. After it goes out, then we are in the seventh hell. All the time dependent on the things. Therefore, na rasayana panena, then na lakshmya linganena cha, nor by accumulating lot and lot of wealth. Then tatha sukham avapne shamena antaryatha manaha, by the practice of shama, by working on the mind, by the mind, as we attain absolute peace within, that cannot be obtained by external sources like the drinks and drugs, etc. Therefore, we have to work on the mind directly, and the four techniques given are the shama, santosha, etc. Tapasvishu, bahudneshu, yajakeshu, nrupeshu cha, balavatsu, gunadeshu, shama, vaneva rajate. There are many ways to cool the mind. Like what? Tapasvi, doing tapasya. We see in our Puranas, all the rishis, they are expert in cursing others. They are great tapasvi, but very angry. Durvasa Rishi cursed Lord Shiva, you can imagine. And what was the curse? You will have a problem in your marriage. It happened. So why? Because when you do tapasya, you are obstinate. I will stand on one leg, may whatever. Or else I will not take food. Don't do that. Don't fight with your mind. Love your mind. Understand the mind. Okay? Because tapasya is done for what? For getting some powers. You will get powers. But then, power without wisdom, what will happen? In USA, there was a case. One child, maybe about 5-7 years, in his father's room, the father was doing something, and his child went to his work table, climbed on the chair, and seeing what is that, and father, don't touch anything, something will fall, it's very important. But the child will listen, then he is not a child. So he opened the drawer, and there he saw one pistol. He took the pistol in his hand. And he said, Dad, I am going to shoot you. And it was a live loaded pistol. He said, don't play with that. It is loaded. Oh, it is loaded, Dad. And teaching. Killed his father. Power he had, gun power, but no wisdom. See, friends. Therefore, tapasvis are extremely angry people. And they curse. Anger leads to cursing. Tapasvishu, bahudneshu, and bahudnya. Bahudnya means those who are extremely engaged in various religious or spiritual activities. They also got the same problem. See? You should sit for meditation. Don't disturb. And you might have heard some of you may be victims of vipassana. So they go there and then don't talk to anybody, don't look at anybody, look at your own feet and do namaskar. You are not supposed to talk to each other. Don't look into eye to anybody. Sit quiet. There is another place in Gujarat wherein it is free. You are given a room, You go inside the room and there is a small slit. From below that, you can give your clothes for washing. They will be washed and given back to you. From below that, they will be pushing your lunch or dinner or tea and everything. But you are not allowed to talk to anybody and you are alone in your room. After 2-3 days, you start hitting your head on the wall. This kind of excessiveness is not spiritual practice. Bauddheshu, doing lot and lot of things. This yajna, that yajna. You will see in all the karma kanda, those who are karma kandi, they are also very angry type. They are not cool. Because anything you do, there will be some mistakes. And when the mistakes are seen, they become angry. Then yajakeshu, those who are doing lot of puja, etc., they have also the same problem. Drupeshu, the big kings or the maharajas, balavatsu, those who are very powerful bodily, gunadheshu, those who have got lot and lot good qualities, good singer, good dancer, good speaker, good orator, good writer, then konyosti sadrusho maya. Among all of them, Shamavan evarajate. How many? Tapasvi, Bahujnya, Yajaka, Nrupa, Balavat and Gunadhya. Among the 6 of them, the best one is Shamavan eva. He whose mind is at peace with himself. He is the topmost. And the mind can be brought to peace only by wisdom, not by compulsion. Continuing further, vichara tikshnata metya dhi pashyati param padam dirgha samsara rogasya vicharo hi mahaushadam. Vasistha is telling to Ram and other people around, vichara tikshnata eti. By proper inquiry, you become subtler and subtler in your ability to inquire into, and you perceive beyond the obvious. See? Now this example I have given you a number of times. Now you ask yourself and answer yourself. Don't have to tell loudly. That we see with our eyes so many colors and forms, but none of the color and the form influence our vision. And colors and forms are many, vision is one. Have we ever thought about it? You know, how do I know this? We don't think about it. After my talk and all that, one of the student who also does satsanga, he came to me and asked me, Swamiji, you give so many examples. Which are the books you are referring? I want to study that because I am always short of examples. I said, you are one example. What is meant here? Vichara tikshnata meti. You are able to peep beyond the obvious. And if you go still further, then colors and forms are many, vision is one. When there are more colors and forms added, it is not a burden to the vision. When all of them are removed, it is not lost to the vision. See? It's only out of our ability to learn from our experiences. And therefore, vision is the cause and colors and forms are the effects. And the rule is, cause is not influenced by the effects, but the effects cannot exist without the cause. Gold is not influenced by the ornaments, but ornaments cannot exist without the gold. So, what sadhana the gold has to do, and what sadhana the ornaments have to do, that ornaments are only appearances. Gold, called by different names and forms, is ornament. When we take our attention away from the names and forms of the ornaments, we reach the gold. When we look at the ornament, our attention is on the name, form, glitter, design, fashion of the ornament. But when a jeweler looks at it, his attention is on the gold. So what is the spiritual practice? Change your focal length. Then, as much we love the gold, that much we will love the ornaments. As much we love God, that much we will love His creation. देखो महाराज, this is what is mentioned here. Vichara tikšnata meti. Therefore, dhi pashyati param padam. Our buddhi is able to go beyond the obvious. I was in some place in the family of a Jain friend of mine. And then that lady asked me this question, Swamiji, you people tell Atma Chintan Karo, think about self, don't think about the world. Then, but you also tell that the truth is beyond the scope of the mind. And you tell, think about God. Is it not contradiction? And not only you are telling, our Muni, they also tell the same. Atma Chintan Karo, think about God, think about what is to be done. I say it's very simple. Yes, everything is simple. Tell what is that simple? When you don't think about the world, you are thinking about God. How simple? Like, listen to silence. Means what? When you are not influenced by the sounds, you are listening to silence. When the relativity doesn't influence us, then we are in the absolute. This is called the Pashyati Param Padam. We go beyond the obvious and recognize something beyond the scope of the sense organs, mind and intellect. All our understanding and knowledge is conditioned by these three means of knowledge. With the sense organs, we can see only 5 things. Shabda, Sparsha, Rupa, Rasa, Gandha. See? The sound, the touch, the form, the taste and the smell. These are only 5 objects. We may see there are many objects, but we don't consider these as objects. Objects are those which have one of the 5 or all of them qualities. Water, we don't accept H2O. Water is that principle because of which taste is possible. So, our knowledge is with the limitations of the sense organs. Therefore, for a blind person, colors and forms don't exist. For a deaf person, sounds don't exist. Just imagine, if a person is both blind as well as deaf, what must be his experience? What is our experience? Eyes, forms, ears, sounds. And therefore, our scriptures tell, what is the world? Name and form. So name and form from the ears and the eyes. Therefore, Pashyati Param Padam. So if we drop the colors and forms, if we drop the sounds, where do we end up? We come back to the mind. When we drop the mind, meaning no more undue importance to the complementary opposites and likes and dislikes. Then we come to I. And when we recognize this I is limited only during waking, in the dream, deep sleep, where this I goes? When the dream is over, where the dreamer goes? When the deep sleep is over, where the deep sleeper goes? And who makes this statement? I had good sleep, but in between I had bad dreams. Who makes this statement? This is what is mentioned here. Vicharat tikshnatam eti. Then we come to know, waker cannot make this statement, I had a good sleep, because he was not in the sleep. Dreamer cannot make this statement because he was not in the deep sleep. Deep sleeper also cannot make this statement if he sleeps. But in deep sleeper does not sleep. Then only he can say, I had good sleep. See? Therefore, question comes, who sleeps? So there is a sleep where a sleeper is not born. Friends, vicharat tikshnatameti vipashyati param padam. And therefore, by this contemplation, we are able to play spiritual life every moment. What is the play? What it is like being other than the body. Am I because of the body, or the body is because of me? Like every dream, there is a separate dreamer. For every waking experience, there must be a separate waker. Either write the autobiography of a dreamer, or don't write the autobiography of a waker. See, my friends, this is what is mentioned here. Vicharat tikshnatameti dipashyati param padam dirgha samsara rogasya vicharohi maha aushadam. Therefore, this long disease of samsara. You know this word disease, how this word comes? Are you at ease? Yes. No, I am not at ease. Then disease. Ease is a common word. Either you are at ease or you are diseased. So if you are diseased, then suffer. So what we do? We remove this aspect and come back to at ease. Similarly, dirgha samsara rogasya vicharohi mahaushadam. Therefore, wrong thinking is the cause, not thinking is strengthening the samsara, and right inquiry is the only way to get out of the problems of life. If you remember, we have seen this part. We normally get obsessed with one side. We become pakshi. Pakshi means we take only one side. There should be only peace. It can never happen. These are so basic things. Dvandvai vimuktaha sukha dukkha sanjnaihi gachanti amudhaha tat avyayam padam. See? Whole world is made up of complementary opposites. Spirituality is not taking side of one. We have to go beyond good and bad. We have to go beyond sound and silence. But normally, what is spirituality? Is only this. Meditation in progress, don't disturb. Why? We are already disturbed. These are so simple things. Presence is recognized by me. Absence is also recognized by me. Therefore, who am I? I am beyond presence and absence. So, can you do anything about it? No, then relax. See, friends, there should be only waking state, no deep sleep. Or there should be only deep sleep. No, everything is wonderful. Because all these things come and go, nothing happens to us. Everything in this world is recognized in the language of is and is not. What is on my palm? Some object. Very good. Now that object is removed from your palm. So here was the attention on the object. So this object is recognized as is and is not. What about my hand? Oh, it is there. So this hand supported both the presence and absence of the object. Is it not our experience? Waking and dream is the experience of everything is present. Deep sleep and samadhi is our experience, nothing is present. Are we not going through all these experiences? And how do we go through? Waking and dream doesn't add anything to me. Deep sleep and samadhi doesn't take away anything from me. If there are many waves, there is no addition to the ocean. If all the waves quieten, there is no loss to the ocean. All these things is only vicharo hi mahoshadam dirgha samsara rogasya, of this long standing disease of this changing phenomena around us. The medicine is vichara, think properly. Hey Maharaj. Now, what vichar we have to do? Koham kasya samsaraha इत्यापद्यपि धीमता चिंतनीयं प्रयत्नेन सप्रतीकारमात्मनः. So what is the vichara? Koham, who am I? We all know what am I. We have to know who am I. What am I is conditioned expression. Who am I is unconditioned experience. I am man, woman, young, old, Indian, non-Indian, married, not married. So, koham, kasya cha samsaraha, who is suffering in the samsara? Is the man suffering or the husband suffering? Is the woman suffering or the mother suffering? Is the guru suffering or the man suffering? Then we come to discover those who are suffering, they don't exist. If you see your reflection in the waters and you start imagining, oh, poor me, I have fallen in the water, let me fish it out. Then you put a fishing net and take it out. Will anything come out? When it doesn't exist, what can you do? See, another example which I give a number of times, just to make this point clear, be ready and open to accept it. A girl came to me in Mumbai and she said, Swamiji, there is some function in our house and my mother told you cannot stay for this function, you go away. Then I asked her, why not me? So she told, mother told, look here, you are divorced, so you don't have a husband. This function is meant only for ladies, married girls, not for you. So, ask Swamiji. She came to me, Swamiji, this is what mummy told, ask Swamiji. I said, tell your mummy, I don't want to marry you. No, not for that. Then, question is, after divorce, whether the girl becomes widow or not. When the husband dies, then the wife is widow. But there is a divorce, he is no more a husband. So she is no more married. Then whether she is widow or not. What happened to the husband after divorce? What happens to the wife after divorce? Where do they go? Friends. And who is miserable? These non-existing entities. Now tell me, what sadhana will you do to know that after divorce, husband and wife, both of them do not die? See, I was in Germany staying with my local friend. So, she told me, I said, hey, where is your husband? Not seen. So, he is not my husband. He was my husband, but now we are living in partners. Means what? Man is the same, house is the same. But now when we open the fridge, this is my Coca-Cola, that is his Coca-Cola. If he takes that, he has to replace it. Like small kids play, no? This is mine, this is yours. Now when you are staying together but not husband and wife, now where that husband and wife has gone? And why you divorce? Because you are unhappy as husband and wife. So thrown away. Is it like you remove husband? What happened? If you think properly, you can never be miserable in life. You will make the miseries miserable. He will not become miserable. Because we are trying to fish out the reflection from the mirror or from the waters. You cannot, because it doesn't exist. Dekho Maharaj, Oham, who am I? Think about it. And once we accept, see, I have changed so many things. Earlier I was a child, then I became a teenager, then I became a middle age. Whether I am a child or I am a teenager, I am a middle age or I am a old man, who am I? I am the same. Koham. Then kasya cha samsaraha. And who is enjoying or suffering in this world? Is the man suffers or the husband suffers? Is it the man suffers or the son suffers? Is it the man suffers or the father suffers? Nobody can help us, my friends, in this. We have to work on ourselves. You may go and tell your wife, honey, darling, look here, these Ayurvedic medicines I don't like, they are so bad, tasty. Oh, will you please take on my behalf? That Dumbo will take also, but your disease will not go. We have to work on ourselves. See? So, koham kasya cha samsaraha, who is suffering, find out. Then we will come to know the one who is suffering doesn't exist. Then, how to live life? Karnataka. Wherever you are, whenever you are, whatever you are, be 100%. Play the role so perfectly well. See? But after that role is over, forget about it. Don't carry the burden. So when you are in front of your father, normally fathers are old. So don't argue with elderly people. Whatever they say, yes. Before listening, you say yes. If you argue, they will remember. If you don't argue, they will forget. Yes, किसके बारे में कहा था? कोई बात नहीं. These are the benefits of dealing with the old people through wisdom. Then with the children, pretend you are listening, but don't bother about it. ठीक है, बच्चे ऐसे ही होते हैं. Don't take it seriously. And then the real challenge in life, how to deal with the wife. This is the simplest thing. When she is talking, you should keep quiet. When she is quiet, you should not talk. Peace will prevail. That is spiritual life. Otherwise, all the time, tu, मैं, tu, अरे राम राम. Our friend Vivek, he has learned this principle. He is practicing it. And what he tells is true. He says, Swamiji, I hardly hear your talks, but I practice whatever I heard. I said, hats off to you. So, koham kasya cha samsaraha iti api dhimata chintaniyam ityadi api, all these things, dhimata, by the wise seeker of truth, should be chintaniyam. Reflect on it. How? Prayatnena. Now be attentive. Are we reacting or responding? Reaction is a default settings. Default settings are, we have to comment on everything that we see, we have to comment on everything that we hear. For this, the Maha Mantra is, who asks you? Many a times, if you watch within, we talk when nobody has asked us. We keep on talking. See, that day we went to that Kamakshi temple, who asked you? You go to hell, who cares? But we have to talk. And if you take this simple rule, we'll see how cheerful life becomes. Do not talk about your past. Do not ask anybody about their past. Now you try to talk. Swamiji, last time also past. Learn to remain in utter present. See, it's how simple it is. Whenever we talk to others, we talk with reference to past. When we talk to ourselves, we talk with reference to the future. That is why we told you, when you are sitting for meditation, these two things should be strictly followed. When you sit there, now you are nobody. Nobody means you have no past. Because who is somebody? Somebody is a mule carrying the burden of the past. The other day also I did meditation. Who asked you? So when we talk to others, we bring the past which has gone. And when we talk to ourselves, we talk about the future. Suppose that lady is sitting for meditation and I had to go to their house for breakfast. What will be her meditation? Whether Swamiji takes onion or not, I think I should make poha or upma or this thing. But so many people are coming. Then I have to make something bulk. I think I will make this upma. It's a very bulky thing you can make and nobody eats also. And should I cut an onion or not? Meditation, cutting onion. And then there are tears are coming out of the ear. Why? Emotion. No, onion. Observe this. Net result will be when past tense and future tense disappear, present is also not a tense. And when we transcend the tenses, we go beyond the tensions. And then what happens is life is lived cheerfully and happily. So present, when it disappears along with the past and the future, it is called presence. That presence we are. With this wisdom, play the game of life. You will be always relaxed, cheerful, and spontaneity is the sign of expression of divinity. When our eyes are normal, we open the eyes, how much time it takes to see the colors and forms? Instantaneously. But if we have got cataract, kaun hai? Because you are not normal. In the same manner, if you are allowing the divinity that we are, allowing it to express, you will be effortless. Those who are hard of hearing, they have to put lot of efforts to listen. And whenever you put efforts in life, you get tired. And therefore, they come for the satsang, they are hard of hearing, put lot of efforts in a long period of 3 minutes. They get tired because of putting efforts, then why waste time? Go to sleep. Because they are tired. And those who have got a normal hearing, they are relaxed. Therefore, if we are allowing our natural being, our divine self to express, you will not only be not tired, but you will be relaxed and most optimum in your performance. This is what is said here. Koham kasya cha samsaraha ityapadyapi dhimata chintaniyam prayatnena. So instead of reacting, inquire. Who is disturbed? And this has to be done with ourselves. Don't ask others. If your wife is a Mahakali and she is disturbed, you don't go and tell her, look here, darling, now inquire. Who is disturbed? Who is disturbed? She will kill you. This you have to find out yourself. This is one of the important things. Never teach anybody anything in life. You practice and demonstrate in your life. Yadyadacharati sreshtaha tattadeve tarojanaha sa yat pramanam kurute lokas tadanu vartate. We are all elder for someone or the other. Every one of us is some ideal for someone or the others. And then those who take us as ideal, they will imitate whatever we do. Yadyadacharati sreshta. If we are constantly shouting, fighting, children learn the same thing. See? You must have seen in houses, when during summer it is very hot, so they are not allowed to go out. So they play home. In that, the boy who is playing the whole role of a husband or a father, he will immediately start. Now, where from he has learned? Because his father is Agnihotri. Dhumrapanam shatagodanam. When you give a cigarette to somebody, it is equivalent to giving 100 cow donation. Dhumrapanam shatagodanam ek kash. When you take a puff, ek kash Ganga Snanam. Relax. ना कुछ पाना, ना कुछ खोना. Like the bank people, when they go home, before going home, they have tallied everything perfectly. Then they go to sleep. In the same manner, when your day is over, tally. Nothing gained, nothing lost. Snore loudly. So that the neverers come. क्या हो गया? Happiness. Only happy people can snore. Miserable people cannot snore because they are not happy. So koham kasya samsara ityapadyapi dhimata chintaniyam prayatnena. Now for this you have to put little efforts. What efforts want? Remain effortless. How we put efforts? We want to prove something to somebody. Don't struggle to prove anything to anybody in this world. Be yourself. Anything you do, people will comment. कुछ तो लोग कहेंगे. लोगों का काम है कहना. छोड़ो बेकार की बातें, अपने मौज में रहना. You know the story of the son and the father and their donkey. They were going to sell the donkey in the animal market. So both of them on both sides of the donkey and holding it, they are walking. A group of people came and they commented, "See, fools, at least one can sit on the donkey, both of them are walking." So they heard it. They are right. So the son sat on the donkey and started. Another group came. See, Son doesn't understand. Elder should be given chance. He is young, he can walk. They cross. What they say is right. So the son got down, the father on the donkey. The third group came. Again, this oldie fellow, he doesn't care for his son, sitting there, useless. Um, Again, okay, I'll get down. Again, they were on the road and the donkey in between. Another group came. These fools. Both of them can sit on the donkey, but both the fools are walking. We never thought about it. Both of them sat on the donkey and going. Another group came. Hey, poor donkey. Two donkeys are sitting on this. Actually, both of them can carry that donkey. We never thought about it. So, they got down, put a big bamboo in between and tied down his legs and started carrying. See? Fools. Carrying the donkey. This is not the way. They said, "Ab kya kare? What should we do? Anything we do, it is wrong." So they wanted to untie the legs. And when he was untied, the donkey was smart. He ran away. Friends, anything you do in this world, there will be comments. Therefore, when anybody says anything, what we have to do? क्या फर्क पड़ता है? Are we becoming good because somebody tells us? Or we know what we are? Do we have to depend on the certification by the people around that we are spiritual, we are divine? No, we don't require. We know what we are. See, friends, otherwise many of us lead a hypocritic life. No, I don't take onions at home. When we go outside, we have to eat. I don't take non-vegetarian in India. When I go outside, I have to eat. Whom are we cheating? And what we want to prove? Friends, don't struggle to prove anything to anybody in this world. Be yourself. So, Chintaniyam prayatnena sapratikaram atmanaha. And in this manner, we have to work on this without reacting. Put efforts sincerely, but don't react. For what? Koham. Who am I? And once you come to this conclusion that the one who is disturbed or miserable does not exist. See? Like one man, he becomes three because of three conditionings. With father, he is a son. With wife, he is a husband. With the son, he is a father. Has he become three? And who are miserable? These three non-existing entities. We don't have to do anything, my friends. Only correct the focal length. कोहम कथमयम दोषः संसाराख्य उपागतः न्याये नैव परामर्शः विचार इति कथ्यते. This is what is called as contemplation, thinking or inquiry. Koham kathamayam doshah. Now, who am I and whatever am I, where is the error? What is the error? Samsara. This world is too much for me. See? The eyes are complaining. The colors and forms are too much for me. Can it ever happen? See, friends, there are no problems. We dig the problems. We want to find out some kind of reason to be uncomfortable or miserable. Just one principle you follow. Be happy, mauj mein raho. Everything is included in this. There was one child in Kerala and a GSB family. So that girl was, I think, 4 years or so. When I was staying with her, she started greeting everybody in the house, be happy, be happy. She will not say good morning and be happy. Now slowly she started growing. Now she is married. Her daughter is also there. In their house, this is the greeting. Hey, be happy, come. See, it's just practice. As we have practiced to be miserable, now practice to be happy. See? So koham kathamem dosha samsarakya upagataha. Where from this dosha, the problem of samsara has come? Where from the samsara has come? Where is the samsara? Rudaranya Upanishad says, in deep sleep, tatra mata amata bhavati, tatra pita apita bhavati. Who is disturbed, who is miserable, husband, wife, etc. Where do they go in deep sleep? Nowhere. Why? Because they were never there. Then how to lead our life? Karnataka. Friends. And when you do any drama on the stage, what is expected of us by the director? Our performance must have life in it. Okay? Suppose your act is, somebody comes and kills you. Just act. One terrorist comes, takes a gun in the hand and pumps bullets. So only the sound, tak, 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 tak. Perfect synchronization. And he goes away. Then you die. And suppose you die like this thing. You are reading newspaper, standing there. So he comes and pumps bullets and goes away. Then you fold the newspaper properly, keep it on the table. And then you undo your lungi clearly and will it be a death? What the director will say, there is no life in your death, die properly. Hey friends, whatever role we have to play, my dear friends, play perfectly well. Afterwards forget, like you are listening. How many times we have heard and still we face the Mahatmas as a challenge. Try. So many have come and gone. Everybody failed. Hun tusi try maro. Friends, in short, as you listen to satsanga, listen to the world. What is told in satsang? You are divine. Oh, God. And in the world you are told, you are a fool. Why I am a fool? Why we accept it? As you don't accept that you are divine, don't accept that you are a fool. But that is the truth. This I had tried in some place because I don't remember anybody's names. So, but here Einstein's name I remember. He is such a sweet person. And name is also good, not ordinary. So, Swamiji, how come you forget names? I said, that is the manufacturer's defect. What can I do? I said, anyway, Mahatma ji, chalo jaldi. We are getting late. Don't call me Mahatma Swamiji. I said, okay, fool, come quickly. When I called him fool, he was not angry. He was surprised. How come, Swamiji, you know everybody calls me fool? Friend, relax. Spirituality should not make you miserable. If you are becoming miserable in spirituality, you are going the wrong way. See, all the time, darshan do Bhagwan. What will you do with the darshan? One lady asked me this question somewhere. Swamiji, मुझे भगवान के दर्शन कब होगे? I said, what will you do with that? Imagine I am Bhagwan. Take darshan. What next? How long will you look? Tukur, 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 tukur. How long will you look? Afterwards, chalo, chai pite. Don't have the wrong notions about spiritual life. Then let Him express through us. He is buried under wrong notions. I am body, I am man, I am husband, I am unlucky, I am frustrated, I am successful. These are the garbage. It is covering our divinity. Remove them. Tyage naike amritatva manas. And if this is done because of wrong thinking, it can be corrected only by right understanding. No other way. And then we come to know when Paramatma expresses through a person, he is called as Mahatma. When electricity expresses through a bulb, electricity is called as light. If the bulb is fused, in the same manner, our bulb is fused. We do not allow the divinity to express through us. Therefore, koham kathamayam doshaha samsarakya upagataha. Who is suffering in the samsara? Paramatma or the one who doesn't exist? Man never suffers. Husband, fill in the gaps. Because you know I don't have experience. Therefore, koham kathamayam doshaha samsarakya upagataha, where from this problem has come, nyayena evam paramarshaha vichara iti katyate. In this way, when you start paramarsha, inquiring, reflecting, and coming to a conclusion that the one who is miserable doesn't exist. Our struggle is like what, Like the lion, the story you must have heard. There was a lion and not the Lion Club member. Once I went to their meeting, they invited me for some function. And then I was talking. In front of me, all the wild animals sitting. Lion Agrawal, Ram, Doi, lion. And I was the only human being there. So one lion goes to the river, to the well, and he is seeing what is inside. And he saw in the waters another lion. And then he jumped, never to come out again. Because he has taken the reflection as real. Exactly the same way. Man reflected in the mirror of wife is husband. So if you have to define a husband, what is a husband? Husband is an amalgam of man plus wife and expression of the man through the limitations of the wife. These three factors put together is husband. Now out of these three, which is reality? The husband is real, wife is real, or the man is real? See, if the wife goes away because she is intelligent, if she goes away, what will happen to husband? Nothing will happen to husband. He will be also happy. The day you discover this joy, then you will only play the game of life. Therefore, first of all, you all have done a mistake. You have come for this Vedanta Satsanga. Now you have lost your right to be miserable. दुखी भी नहीं होने देते. No, not allowed. If you want to become miserable, go to some Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, become miserable. दर्शन दो भगवान है मुझे नहीं देना दर्शन. See, these are some basic things, friends. Kabir Maharaj says, I don't run after him. He is running after me. Kabir, Kabir, Kabir. What he means? Simple things, friends. If I want to get anything done, and I know my friend Puran can do it, he is willing, he is available, I will run after him. He will not come after me. In the same manner, when he has to do something, he is searching for a right person, a capable person, available person, willing person, cheerful person. Then only his work can be done. If you go to somebody, see, I had to do this. Actually, what happened, I would have come, go to dogs. We want somebody who is available immediately, instantaneously. And that is possible if we are totally empty, we have no personal agenda. Jo thari rahe, so mari rahe. Oh Lord, thy will be done, thy will be done, thy will be done. You are fully available to him. Then he will choose us. Rather than we are running after him, let him run after us. And that is possible only if we are completely empty. Our hands are free from selfish activity. Our speech is free from the self-glorification and condemning others. Our mind is free from the anger, greed, frustration, etc. And we are 100% empty. He will express through us. He is not coming from outside. Like the example I gave you, suitcase example. Remember that. We are all like a suitcase. So many things are stuff inside, and then still we want something more thing to go. Oh, it is not going, not going. There is no space. Space is there. It is occupied by unwanted things. Remove the 7th pair of shoes. Okay. The moment you remove that, immediately there will be space. In the same manner, the moment we remove the garbage from our mind, the divine expresses to us. Koham katamayam doshaha samsarakya upagataha nyaye naiva paramarshaha vichara iti katyate. So whatever we were discussing, talking, this is called as vichara, inquiry, contemplation, thinking. Vichara is not asking questions. Swamiji, I got a question. Keep with you. I don't need. Friends, look within and find out the answers. When we ask others, we get a reply. Reply is not an answer. Swamiji, what is your name? Saddam Hussein. Why do you say like that? This is a reply. Reply can be anything. We have to discover, find out. We must seek answers, not get replies. This is what is called as Nyayena Paramarshaha Vichara iti Katyate. Santushta Paramabhyeti Vishramam Sukhalakshanam Santoshamrutapanena Yashantaha Truptimagataha. How beautiful it is, my friends. Therefore, as a result of this, what happens? This will be the next topic. Let us leave it for evening. Today there is a class at 4:30. Thank you. Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.